for an agency or an individual client, which one is actually better for a video editor? You see, this is a question that a lot of people ask when they are trying to look for clients to work with. So a lot of them get inbounds from agencies, and there's a rumor that says that it's very, very bad to work with agencies and they are going to be stressful, annoying, and their pay is actually going to be low. But I have an opinion concerning that. You see, I have been in both sides of the spectrum. I've worked with a lot of individual clients, great clients actually, and I've worked with a lot of agencies also. And I can tell you that there's actually an advantage to working with an agency as much as there's an advantage working with individual clients. So let me start with individual clients. One of the major benefits of working with individual clients is that you and that client have a personal relationship, and thereby both of you have a rapport. It's easier to understand the client's needs, and there's no friction between you and the client. Like, everything is direct. Most of the time, the client is not even stressful. A lot of those clients, they are not really tech savvy, so they don't really understand what makes a video good. So there's less stress for you, less revisions, and the ball is in your court to bring the best result for that client. And one good thing is that when you find the perfect client, like, you can work for that client for the next 3 years, and if it's a great client, as that client is growing, like you too, you're growing. It's a one-on-one relationship. But you see, where the problem is with individual clients is that they are hard to get, and a lot of individual clients don't just trust random people from nowhere. Most of the time, individual clients like to work with people that they know, so either people that they are in proximity with or people that have good reputation. So if you're a beginning video editor and no one knows your name, no one knows who you are, and you are trying to get those big individual clients, most of the time it's actually very, very hard for you to get perfect ones. You end up getting smaller clients that don't know how to pay much, and you have to do a lot of hunting and scraping to get individual clients that are actually good. And another downside with an individual client is that if the client is not a consistent, diligent person, sometimes his motivation to make content might reduce, and all of a sudden he doesn't feel like creating content in a month, and you as the video editor, you are literally relying on him for as much of his content to be able to do work. So there is not always consistent work depending on the kind of client. If it's a client that actually knows what he's doing, yes, it can be consistent. But a lot of other clients, they lose motivation and they leave the content game, especially when there is no much results coming out from it. But now, coming to agencies, let me start with the disadvantages of agencies. You see, most people actually are right about agencies. A lot of agencies are very hard to work with because they are a pain in the butt. Like, a lot of revisions, they try to perfect everything because they want to look good for the client. So they try to perfect every little detail, and there are multiple layers to the revisions. You might have someone that is a quality checker, then you might have someone that is overseeing the whole thing, and the client also is also checking the quality of the video. So there are a lot of revisions that come in with working with agencies. And secondly, most of the time you are below the chain, so they have their script writers, they have the thumbnail designers, they have the strategists and everything, and you as a video editor, sometimes you receive a very low pay because of that reason. And if it's a small agency that they don't know what they're doing, they can actually easily get disorganized because they have multiple clients that they're working with, and a lot of workload will be put on you with little pay. But here's the advantage. The truth is that agencies are more advantageous for beginners, especially if you're just starting out. You don't have the time to be scraping clients. You don't have the time to actually be doing as much outreach. You can be doing as much outreach, but you won't be as effective as an agency owner because they already have the network, they already have the systems that help with getting more and more clients. So if you can find a well-structured agency that already have a good foundation, you can find yourself having a lot of work to build yourself. So you get consistent work to build your skills, you get consistent work to be able to earn at least substantial, even though they might not be paying you cutting edge money. But the truth is that the amount of work that you get actually builds you and helps you to grow, and that's why it's very good for beginners. Another reason why I really love agencies is because, especially the ones that are well established, they've already created a name in the content world, and a lot of clients prefer to work with agencies, especially the big clients. The big clients know that they don't want to work with one individual person as a video editor because there is a singular point of failure. If that video editor falls sick and everything, their whole content system can die. But when they work with agencies, they know that there is a structure that is laid down, that is not just one person that is working on their content. An agency can have multiple video editors that if one video editor is not functional, another video editor can carry on with the job and the job keeps going. The risk is less for the bigger boys and they don't want to think about the strategies. They don't want to think about the thumbnail. They want everything to be done for them. So most of the clients that really have the money, they don't come to individual editors to work for them. Most of the time they actually prefer the agencies because there's a structure that ensures that their systems can continue going. And that is why you as a beginner, when you're working with all those well-structured agencies, it gives you access to big clients, like clients that you will not naturally have access to on your own. Because you're working with a well-structured agency, you might be working with a huge client, and that will build your own reputation, it will build your portfolio, and eventually in the long run you will get more better. And with time, because of the consistent work, you can even ask for more pay. But one thing is that they will actually work you out, so take note of that. But agencies are very good for beginning video editors, I can't deny that. So if you're just starting out as a video editor, I would advise you, look for agencies, go online and find content strategies. Most of the time they already have video editors under them and they always need video editors. They are always looking for video editors. Most of the time they are the ones that actually reach out online for job posts because they are the ones that need video editors more than individual clients. Then from there, once your stature is built properly, then you can start outreaching to bigger clients as an individual editor and maybe even start your own agency eventually. I believe what I said is beneficial to someone out there, so thank you very much for watching and see ya.